Hello, welcome to the Millionaire Woman Show, where we'll be discussing leadership, business, and human potential, inspiring you to live rich from the inside out. Unlock your creativity, stretch out of your comfort zone, break through your barriers, take inspired action, and achieve epic results. Now, here's your host, two-time best-selling author, speaker, and certified executive coach, Deborah Kasowski.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Millionaire Woman Show. I'm your host, Deborah Kasowski, and I am super pumped that you have joined us to really dive into finding a purpose to your pitfalls. And I know some of you might be uncomfortable just thinking about it. Pitfalls. Well, I want you to listen very closely because we got some exciting tips and strategies for you to really discover what you need to learn from these. But I'm going to start off, as I like to, with a quote by Jack Canfield. As you begin to take action toward fulfillment of your goals and dreams, you must realize that not every action will be perfect. Not every action will produce the desired result, and not every action will work. Making mistakes, getting it almost right, and experimenting to see what happens are all part of the process and eventually of getting it right. So the process, part of that process is, being off track, getting on track, really shifting gears and really focusing in, and really, I think it is about that direct aim to where you're going. Because what happens is it's easy to lose focus. So if you've ever taken action, you know that with every action, there can be a positive or negative outcome. Every decision or choice has a risk. To be human is to know that mistakes, shortcomings, failures, and pitfalls, they're going to occur. And perfection does not exist. When pitfalls do occur, it is important for you and I to find purpose in those pitfalls. According to an online dictionary, a pitfall is a hidden, unsuspected danger or difficulty, otherwise known as a speed bump, that can occur in life. And it believed too that it slows us down, and on a rare occasion, that mistake may speed things up. To find purpose is to give meaning to those pitfalls. The purpose is to discover what happened and what the cause was to prevent those pitfalls from reoccurring. Pitfalls can tell you a great deal about yourself, others, and the world around you. And if you have courage to share your pitfalls publicly or with a small circle of trusted friends, you may even inspire someone with your vulnerability. Mistakes and pitfalls give you an opportunity to review your intentions, evaluate your commitments, and adjust your actions to align with your values. First of all, what I want you to do is acknowledge your pitfall. The first step to finding purpose in your pitfall is to acknowledge that the pitfall mistake happened. We make mistakes every day. With some mistakes, you self-correct so quickly you don't even notice. It's instinctual. Other mistakes will set you back or repeat themselves until you discover the lesson, make a different decision, or take a different action. The next thing you need to do is own it. Accept 100% responsibility. And sometimes when mistakes or pitfalls happen, people minimize them as insignificant. It really doesn't affect things, you might hear, or it's not a big deal. Some people turn to blaming others because they could not have made a mistake. Oh no. Do you know anyone like this? When you accept responsibility for what's in your control, you can turn things around and also maintain trust and respect of others. People are gracious toward you. Own your stuff. And because they know that there will be a time when they make a mistake, they will need that favor in return. What I want you to do is reflect and ask yourself powerful questions. Take time to reflect. By doing this, you're bringing about self-reflection, self-awareness, and once you're self-aware, there is no turning back. When you have that awareness of what happened and what caused it, you cannot intentionally make the same mistake or error. You will need to make the change, especially if you're looking for positive results. What were the steps leading to the pitfall? What could be done to prevent the pitfall from repeating? And what needs to be adjusted to get the desired result? What did you learn about yourself in the process? What did you learn about others? Mistakes often teach us about integrity. Mistakes and pitfalls often happen when you're overcommitted, you avoid conflict, you break promises, you fail to listen, and you rushed getting things done. What they are there to do is they teach us about things, and sometimes we just need to slow down, to become mindful of our interactions with others, how we feel about things, and what is going on around us. According to Dr. Carol Dweck's work, if you have a growth mindset, you will see mistakes as an opportunity to improve. Whereas if you have a fixed mindset, you will see mistakes as fatal and something that cannot be corrected. So what I want you to do is I want you to fail forward. Fail forward with a plan of action. There is no sense in beating yourself up over a pitfall. It is done and it often cannot be changed. Focus on what can be done. Now that you have determined what may have led to the pitfall, you can make a plan of action to start getting the outcome you desire. What will be your next steps to set you up for your greatest comeback? The other thing I want you to consider is to discipline yourself to avoid falling into old patterns, because you know with habits, it's easy to fall back into what is comfortable. So when you have determined what led you astray and you have made the plan, you also want to become disciplined to eliminate any distractions that took you off track. You have heard from for example, you may have heard from a trusted source on your team that they wonder if you care about them as people. You may choose to get up from your desk twice a day to interact with team members or staff instead of hiding behind your desk. Positive changes do not have to be big to make a big impact. In this example, your team members want to know that you care, and you can demonstrate this by getting to know them as people and not just people who work for you. Set a notification to ensure that you do this, otherwise it is easy to fall into old habits. Here are some other things that pitfalls can do for us. Pitfalls can invite you to make better choices. So if you know something wasn't the good choice for you, you can make a different choice the next time. Reveal insight into new ideas leading to innovation and creativity. Show us that a person has changed in character. A pitfall can also deepen our knowledge into a subject, inform us of our values to see if we're staying in alignment for what we believe to be true. We can expose our true feelings, and pitfalls often keep us humble. And they teach us the value of forgiveness, and that forgiveness often needs to start with ourselves before we can start forgiving others. Teach us when it is time to move on as well. We should start taking time to celebrate mistakes and pitfalls, for we have the ability to learn and improve and become a better version of ourselves. Your pitfalls are part of your journey of discovery of who you are and the strengths and talents and abilities that you have to share with others. They provide you with opportunity to develop mental toughness, and you can practice mental toughness, but the true strength comes from your resilience. I would love for you to comment below this video on this podcast, of course not if you're driving, but later on. I would love for you to comment on the pitfalls that have made you stronger. And I'm going to end with this quote by Hugh White. When you make a mistake, don't look at it long. Take the reason of the thing into your mind and then look forward. Mistakes are lessons of wisdom. The past cannot be changed. The future is yet in your power. So I want to encourage all of you and take forth from this lesson of finding your purpose in your pitfalls that there's wisdom in these mistakes and pitfalls, and that you still have the power to make a different choice, the power to take the lesson and become a better version of yourself. I want to thank you, as always, for joining us on the Millionaire Woman Show. It is because of listeners around the world that I continue to do this work and to share these lessons. Whether you are in leadership, which I believe everyone is a leader, whether you have your own business or you're working for someone else, all of these things are building blocks in your success. And I never believe that personal mastery is outside of the service that you provide to others in the world, whether it be in day-to-day interaction, whether it be through customer service, or whether it be serving a group of people. All of these lessons of personal mastery lead to professional mastery. So I would love for you to go over and subscribe to our Success Secrets newsletter, where you're going to get your free ebook called the 21 Habits High Achievers Kick to Achieve Success. They're put up in such a way that you can actually post them around your office to have reminders of things that you need to shift and do differently. When you start looking at your habits, you're going to start seeing the things and traps that you might, or old patterns you may be falling into, and how to start disciplining yourself to really stay on track and get to where you are. If you want to comment below or send me a personal email, you can do that at Deborah@DeborahKazowski.com, and I will answer your email personally. And I just want you to go over to and subscribe to this podcast on iTunes or wherever you're listening to it. Give us a 5-star high five review so that we continue to do the work that we're here to do for you. Again, Mahatma Gandhi said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." And I totally believe that that change begins with you. When you can't change things around you, the best thing you can do is start with change within yourself. And then that ripple effect starts to occur, and you will start making that difference. And go out and have a fabulous day and share this podcast with others so we can help people find their purpose in the pitfalls that are going on for them. Have a great day, everyone.